Yeah, Trump just surprised every angry liberal in America with what he's doing today. Can't stop him. He's doing it by Liberty Bell for DailyVine.com. During President Trump's campaign, he promised Americans that he would begin construction on a big, beautiful wall to keep a flood of illegals out of our country. Of course, the left started to throw one heck of a temper tantrum over the last year, doing their best to stop the construction of the wall, claiming that it was racist and bigoted. So, for the last several months, these liberal politicians have stood in the way of Trump securing our borders by blocking any potential budgets that would be used to build a southern wall. But that has not stopped our president. Now, today, despite the left's objections and constant annoying protests, Trump announced that construction would begin on the wall, which has angered liberals across the nation. President Trump is ready to begin construction on our border wall starting this week. Over this past weekend, there was a lot of commotion between the gun-grabbing protesting for stricter gun laws and liberal politicians pushing back against President Trump and his plans to secure our nation's borders. Despite all the chaos and negative publicity, Trump kept his eye on the prize, announcing that this week would be the week that construction on the wall would finally begin, and it is about time. Now, last week, it seemed that the dream of our southern border to be secured was not about to happen, but Trump is a man of his word. On Friday, President Trump tweeted that construction of his promised southern border wall would start immediately after signing the omnibus spending bill, which included $1.6 billion in funding for the wall. We're going to start work literally on Monday, President Trump said during a weekend event at the White House. We have a lot of money coming to the border. Now, what really shocked libs is when Trump tweeted that he will use funds just allocated for the military to build the wall. Trump said that since the wall is part of national defense, that part of the over $700 billion in funding for the military that was in the omnibus bill will be used for the wall. Trump will put the 18 to 25 billion for the wall from military funds. Isn't it just perfect? I love it so much. Fox News reported President Trump hinted over the weekend that newly approved funding for the military could be used for building the wall along the Mexican border. White House Deputy Press Secretary Hogan Gidley said Monday he did not want to commit, citing a possible future announcement by the president on allocating the money. Genius libs will freak when they realize Trump pulled the rug out from under them and got all the money for the wall despite their best efforts to thwart him. Here is more from the Western Journal. Despite receiving only a small fraction of the $25 billion he wanted for construction of a border wall between the U.S. and Mexico, President Donald Trump recently announced the project will begin within days. During a hastily coordinated news conference Friday, he confirmed his intention to support a $1.3 trillion omnibus bill funding the nation's government until September, despite the fact that it included just $1.6 billion for border fencing and repair. As the Washington Examiner reported, Trump said work on the wall would begin literally on Monday, adding that there will be a lot of money coming to the border. The decision to support the spending legislation followed a period of vacillation on the issue after the White House expressed Trump's intention to sign the bill earlier in the week. He tweeted Friday morning, just hours before a federal government shutdown was set to go into effect, that he was considering a presidential veto. I am considering a veto on the omnibus spending bill pass based on the fact that 800,000 plus DACA recipients have been totally abandoned by the Democrats, not even mentioned in the bill. And the border wall, which is desperately needed for our national defense, is not fully funded. You see, he said that. Wow, I am considering, days earlier. He tweeted a more supportive take on the funding, citing 1.6 billion to start wall on southern border, and indicated that the rest will be forthcoming. Trump heralded increased military spending in the bill as the main reason to support the measure. In his comments Friday, however, he made it clear he was not happy with the 1.6 billion for the wall. Trump went on to suggest that the earmarked spending will be used for the construction of some new wall, in addition to fixing existing walls and existing fences, though the bill he signed into law reportedly precludes such construction. According to NBC News, wall construction received no funding in the omnibus bill. As written, the money can be used to build and repair fencing that has already been approved, and a $38 million is set aside for preliminary work, including wall design. Trump called the funding an initial down payment on his campaign promise of building a wall along America's southern border. During the 2016 presidential campaign, he frequently assured supporters that Mexico would foot the bill for its construction. Earlier this year, he indicated that he still believes Mexico will indirectly pay for the wall through renegotiated trade agreements, as reported by CNBC. We make a good deal on NAFTA and say I'm going to get to take a small percentage of that money and it's going towards the wall, he said. Guess what? Mexico's paying. I wouldn't put it past him. But how he did that, it is unbelievable. And yet, you see, he actually even mentioned the DACA people, where he was against DACA, he was willing to make the deal with DACA, and the Democrats just totally, abandoned them. You see what I'm saying? Like, these Democrats they claim to be for the people, but they are not. They are just in it for themselves. It's disgusting, actually. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.